crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John, and if you're a new subscriber or new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for being here. So much appreciate each and every one, and a big shout out to Sally who made it this afternoon, and Sally was the first one in the chat. And Sally, thanks so much for being here and being such a loyal viewer. And she is such an important part of the family. And I get to meet Sally next, a year from January. So 2026, Sally and I are having lunch together when I go up to do Road to California. So I am excited about that. Hey, Inez, thanks for being here this afternoon. Brian, welcome in. Daphne, did everyone else have trouble getting the tree pattern from Stephanie's site? Hey, welcome in. Who else? Jeannie's here. Thanks for being here. Judy's here. Thanks, Judy. Welcome. Good afternoon to all of you. Candace. Hey, Candace. And there's Balloonist. There she is. No problem, Balloonist. I enjoy giving out goodies. In fact, I swear, I don't know where the year has gone, let alone the month has gone, let alone it's just too crazy, guys. I'm telling you, to say I am overwhelmed would kind of be an understatement. It just seems like there's just so much going on. I just don't even know how to describe it. Hey, Katrina, good afternoon. Hey, Stitcher, thanks for being here. So, guys, thanks for being here. It means so much to have all of you and to be on here on such a regular basis and that. And I know you are watching other channels, so definitely getting your fill of quilting and quilting chat in that. I finally caught up today on Russ's channel from the block of the month and that he did yesterday, which was absolutely amazing. I absolutely love that block of the month because, I like the tulip pink and those bright colors and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's So Yeah just came out with, they're doing their own line of fabrics now, and they just came out with some crazy wild patterns. And I actually got online to look to buy them, and I just was like, okay, you have got to stop. At some point, you have just got to stop. I mean, I have yet to get done my Quilt of Valor that we started on Veterans Day together. So I am hoping to finish most of that out tonight while we're together. And then, but it's the first time today I've sat down to actually even try to sew because I'm trying to decorate the house, which for the most part, my living room, dining room, that is done now. The family room is close. The kitchen, close. I still need to get out all my cookie jars. And yes, I have like 19 holiday cookie jars, so probably too many. But I don't think you can ever have too many. So I'm not going to say I have too many. But I need to get those out and get those wiped and dusted, get those on the shelf. I do need to finish my Grinch tree. I've not finished the Grinch tree. I just found one bin for the Grinch. And I actually think there's a second bin, which even is more scarier. And then I was like, oh, so because I'm not medicated, but I am the ADD, while I'm trying to decorate in that, I realized, oh, you know what? Why don't you run and start decorating the kitchen table? Because I've already done the dining room table. And while I was doing the kitchen table, I was like, oh, you know what? You're not going to be here part of next week. You need to run and start pulling the prizes for the holiday quilting bee, guys. So I started pulling a few things because I already knew in my mind what I wanted. So while I was pulling all that stuff out, I realized, oh, you know what? You need to go cut the project. So I stopped pulling gifts, went and cut the project, then realized there's one more quilt that I would really like to get done for the holidays. So then I went and started cutting on it. And I was like, you know what? I just need to kind of chill for a few minutes. And then I went and watched a Hallmark Christmas movie. So I have just been all over the place today. Hey, Charlotte, thanks for being here tonight. Jen, thanks for joining in. Appreciate each and every one of you. So speaking of the holiday quilting bee, I have yet to put the link up. If I do not get it up tonight, I will have it up tomorrow. Guys, it's just been so crazy. And but we are having a holiday quilting bee. We are doing it on Thanksgiving morning. It is going to be from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. my time, which right now we're on Mountain Standard Time because Arizona never changes their clocks. So basically, we're on Mountain Time for the moment. So 2 hours East Coast, 1 hour Central, and an hour behind or ahead of California. So figure out what that means. If you want to join us, we are doing the Christmas tree table runner by that amazing designer, Stephanie Stitches. So it is the Christmas tree table runner. It finishes out to be 14 by 56. Um, Stephanie is donated this to us. So any listener or any viewer that wants to have this design, you can go out to Stephanie Stitches, go out to her Etsy page and grab this pattern. Again, it's Christmas tree table runner, and it's in my announcement with Stephanie on out in my older videos. You have to put the word trees, TREES, in the promo code, and it'll $0 out. But you do have to add it to your cart. You do have to put it in there. You have to put the promo code in, and then it'll give you an instant download. Some folks were having trouble initially getting it. I think she's got that fixed now because it was an Etsy problem, not a Stephanie problem. But I think that's been resolved. But if not, if you email Stephanie, there's a link there to email her. She will take care of it for you. Just tell her you're part of my channel and you're wanting to do the Thanksgiving holiday quilting bee. That is such a super, super nice gift. As you know, the last two quilting bees we've done. Oh my goodness, my mind just went blank. Villa Rosa patterns, and we've had to buy both of those, and yes, there were a couple of bucks, but still, it was really a super gift that Stephanie gave this to us. She gifted this to us for the Thanksgiving. Stephanie is going to be on the live that morning. She is having family for Thanksgiving, so I think she's only going to join for about 45 minutes, which is still absolutely amazing. How sweet for her to just give us the pattern, spend a little time with us. If you want to work on something else and don't want to do a table runner, don't want to do this pattern, all good. If you can only join for 15, 20 minutes, all good. I'm going to be there for 3 hours. I have 4 gifts that I've pulled. Like I said, Stephanie's going to be there the first 45 minutes or so that morning. Russ is joining us, and so Russ will probably be on just after Stephanie, or he may join with Stephanie. I told him it was up to his discretion. So Russ will be there part of the time, if not the whole time. So you'll get to put up with several of us. I am so anxious. I can tell you guys, I am just so ready for some time off. At my old work, because I had such seniority and all that, I always had this entire week off. And to have to work the next 3 days is just not only killing me, but it's really throwing my rhythm off. I have got so much to do. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get it all done. Interesting enough, it's funny. So one of you, I don't know who, and it doesn't matter. So I ended up pulling this reddish maroon with gold for my red, in the trees, and that little heart is actually in a dark green. And then as a companion piece, I pulled this green with gold fleck, and then for my background, I'm doing this white, which it's like a grunge to me, with gold. I really, really like this. Somebody goes, oh, I pulled some fabrics and mine aren't quite as elegant as yours. So what's ironic is I don't do anything elegant. I do everything fun and crazy. This just happened to be 3 red, white, and green fabrics at my local fabric store that worked out to coordinate to make this. Um, as you know, I've got 5 fabric stores, so it's crazy. I mean, I can go anywhere, but there's only one that is really my fabric store that I absolutely love, and because of that, I tend to go there because they give me the best prices, they give me the discounts, all that good stuff that makes me a good loyal customer, right? And so I am excited. So that will be just amazing. We will have such a good time together. But do what you want to do. Do you? That's one of the things Stephanie and I even talked about. Is she said as a designer, she designs a pattern. She has some thoughts in mind about what that pattern looks like, what it looks like finished, how she finishes it out. If you watch my holiday quilting bee, if you haven't seen it yet, the one for Thanksgiving, she actually has the finished table runner in the background. She had it on her channel the other day. I don't know if she swapped it out because I am completely behind on YouTube's right now. Um, but she said one of the fun things is watching what others grab as far as fabrics and that. So this would not have been my original choice. I'm kind of excited about it. And I think I'm excited about it because I am such a child at times. And I do a lot of fun fabrics, that Tula pink stuff, all of those bright in your face colors, that to do something that is more elegant, more reserved is kind of out of my wheelhouse. So I'm kind of excited to do this. So I actually have all of this done, ready to go. I have this set to go to the park home for a couple of days. I also cut out all of the Hot Wheels. If you have not seen it, Hot Wheels came out with a new some new fabrics for this fall. My grandson's huge into Hot Wheels, so he's getting that. We hope for Christmas. It's a big panel with just um, additions on it, right, with borders and that. But it's really really cute. I've got all that cut out. I'm hoping that that sews up pretty quick, and then I'll be able to quilt that out and get that to him in Virginia. And then I have one other that I want to get done. I got that cutting today. Looks a little bit more complicated than I anticipated, but I'm hoping to get that at least cut. Oh, I did get it cut. I'm hoping to at least get that all sewn together. And that's my last Christmas gift. And then I've got all the quilting to do. And Lord knows I got to get to Gracie. Gracie and I did do my Virginia Tech quilt finally, and it came out pretty well. I am still learning so much about her and what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, but I will get there eventually. All right, so I put my glasses on so we can look and see who all's in the house and what y'all been talking about. Um, Sally says, sounds like me. Charlotte says, hello, quilting friends. Hey, Charlotte, thanks for being here this evening, this afternoon. Charlotte says she has the pattern. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I know Stephanie was working hard on it. Bless her heart. She is such an awesome, awesome person, and she has such a full schedule. Inez says it's beautiful. I did one last year. Sally says I love the table runner. Oh, and Jackie says I think it's also on her blog. Oh, it very well could be. It is in her blog on her website as well. Perfect. Good to know. Thank you. Sally says Stephanie is terrific. She is. Daphne, thanks for being here this afternoon. There's Kelly from Kelly's Quilts and Cruises. Thanks for being here this afternoon, Kelly. She is simply amazing. We had such a good time when she was on the channel for Veterans Day, which was also their holiday in Canada as well. So she joined for about 40 minutes or so. So we definitely need to have her back on and finish out some of those things because we had such a good time together. Sally says, it's going to be stunning, John. Thank you. The main thing is getting it all done, right? Inez says, I love the sparkles fabric. I do too. You just can't ever have enough um, glam, right? Jean says, so pretty. Charlotte says, love those fabrics too. Oh, Jackie says, I pulled Lori Holt Christmas for the runner. Oh, I bet that is going to be, I bet that'll make a pretty table runner. Oh, Barb says, I wasn't able to get the pattern for free, even using the code word. On her site, there is a link to her email. She did say, Barb, if you're still having trouble, if anyone's having trouble, just to email her and she will send it over to you. So she's been really good. I feel bad because she was so excited and was working with me so well and getting all that stuff done. And then, of course, the site gives her problems. It's like, oh, she's got so much on her plate, but she is just amazing. Mm. Brian says, I really love that red fabric. I do too. It was just so different. And I'm not a gold person, which is funny. Most of the time, you'll find a lot of what I do for the holidays is silver. And I grew up with everything gold. I mean, that was the late 70s, early 80s. Everything was in those golds. I think it's maybe why it made me go to the silver. And I think one of the reasons I like that is because it is in the gold, because I just never do gold. So we'll see. I did manage to get 4 Christmas trees up. They are all lit, and they are all functioning. I got all the outside decorations up now. The permanent Christmas lights are up. Those are working. Those are going well. Now all I have to do is figure out what I'm going to do for the inflatables. I have new inflatables that I wanted to put up. I think I have 3 or 4. And when I say inflatables, I don't do those 30-foot inflatables. I do what I consider more modest. But I don't want to do any of that until after um, Thanksgiving. So I'll probably do those Thanksgiving weekend. The live will be Thanksgiving morning from the park home. I am headed up there this week to close that out so I can be back here on Thanksgiving afternoon. I have one of my besties invited me over to her house for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to her house for Thanksgiving. So I'm very, very excited, very appreciative. And then I'm actually having my own Thanksgiving on Sunday. So my friends and that we wanted to get together um, went home to see family, but they're coming back Saturday. So we will actually have our Thanksgiving on Sunday because I still like having my own turkey in that. I just like it's nice when you go to someone else's house and they do most of the cooking and they do all the work and all that, but I like the leftovers. So what's funny is John doesn't eat leftovers. I do not like leftovers. There's only a few things that I will eat leftover. I do a shredded barbecue chicken in the crock pot, which makes massive amounts. I will eat on that for a couple of days. I don't think chili tastes very good the first day. I'd much rather have chili and soups, usually the second day. Um, so I just made a big pot of chili the other day. Um, so, anyways, I like chili left over. I like my vegetable soup, some of that stuff left over, the shredded chicken. That's about it. The rest of it either ends up going in the garbage. Oh, Brian says lasagna is good left over. Yes. So a few things like that. But I absolutely love my Thanksgiving leftover. So I ended up. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my own on Sunday, and I actually found a recipe. So I bought the Butterball turkey breast that's boneless in that, but it's all real turkey. And you put a can of the Ocean Spray cranberries on it. So it's the gel, but not the jelly gel. It's the one that's actually got cranberries in it and that, along with some other things. And it had amazing ratings. So that's actually what I'm doing for my turkey. But then again, I still have to do I have to do dressing, I have to do candied yams, I have to make Paula Deen mac and cheese, all that kind of stuff. So I'll still have plenty of other dishes to put together, but it is what it is. Just love it. Hey, Alexandria, thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Brian says, I've cleared the spot for my tree, but I've yet to put it up and decorate. I so get you, dude. I really do. Hey, Dale, thanks for being here this afternoon. Barb said there's nothing like turkey sandwiches the next day. Yes, too funny. I agree. Inez says, Barb, with French fries and gravy. Don't even get me started on French fries. I have figured out how to make the dinner steak fries perfect in my air fryer. I know exactly how many to put in, exactly the temperature, exactly the minutes, when to shake and flip them. They turn out amazing. Some days that's what I have for lunch. And everybody's like, so you had hamburger and French fries? Nope, I had French fries. So gotta stop doing the French fries. I was doing really good on going the other way, but that's not helping me. Well, Barb says she always makes her own cranberries. I've never had them out of a can. I like both. I just love cranberries, so I'm one that'll buy cranberries year round because I just really enjoy them. But I agree, there's nothing like them the first time when they're fresh this time of year. I buy a couple of bags because I end up freezing them to put in my jingle juice when I have my Christmas party. And I do make a cranberry relish that goes into a cherry jello. And that's something I was raised on. I absolutely love it, and I look forward to it every time at this time of year. Dale said the time change is hard on me getting here on time. I am sorry, dude. I would never change the clocks if it was up to me. I can tell you. Candace says she just got all her Christmas decorations up today. See, woohoo! Doesn't it make you feel good? And it just puts you in such a festive mood. I worked yesterday, I think 6 hours in the house just doing stuff. Then I had to get the vacuum out and then work a little bit more. And it's like, oh, my poor housekeeper, she's not going to be happy with me. Candace says air fryers cook French fries so good. Oh, and Brian says it's a good to reheat them too. I am learning to use mine. I bought mine a couple of years ago, didn't use it. I had asked my daughter what can I get my son-in-law for Christmas, so she sent me this air fryer. This specifically is what he wants. So I thought, well, it must be good then. So I bought me one. Then it sat in the closet for 6 months, and finally I thought, okay, this is crazy. I've got to get the stupid thing out and start working with it. And I just did not have a lot of success with it. And so I put it back in the closet, and then I got it out about a year ago. And now that I've really started playing with it, Googling more, I'm finding I cooked hamburgers in it the other day. And so they're just nasty as far as, you got to clean it up. So I just throw it all in the dishwasher. My daughter goes, I didn't know you could put it in the dishwasher. I said, don't know if you should or not, but if not, next year I'll get a new one. It is what it is. Jackie says I put up two pink trees with a couple of beachy decorations. Next year, the tree will go into the grand's bedroom at my house. That's awesome. I like the different colored trees. I have a rainbow tree, of course, in my bedroom, and I love that. Barb says I like cranberry muffins, not fond of relish or the canned stuff. No, I get that. Sally says she has a skinny tree that she keeps by the front fence and decorates it whatever season right now, fall scarecrows. Oh, that sounds really cute. Barb says I use my air fryer at least once a day and sometimes twice. Look at that. There's Dale. Dale says, wondering what happened to you, Sally. I think Sally's had the same issues with the time change. It's just all these time changes just makes all our channels come out so different. Oh, you know what I didn't do? You got to turn the sewing machine on if you want to do a little sewing tonight. So that tells you how what my day's been like. So see, we're 24 minutes into the live, and I haven't even sewed the first stitch. There we go. Oh yeah, this looks nice. And I had no idea that this quilt of valor was going to end up being so big. This is a huge quilt. You only go across with 4 panels, and I laid them out on the floor last night because I was like, I'll never get these. Um, I can't just sit here and put them together and think I'd get it done. So I ended up doing it on the floor, make it make a little bit more sense. But guys, can I tell you, it's hard for me to believe. Oh, I did that the other day. The needle keeps coming unthreaded, and I end up sewing a whole strip and not realizing the needle came unthreaded. Can I tell you, I just had no idea how quick the holidays have arrived. I did do drag queen bingo Friday night. We had an absolute hoot of a time. Of course, you know me, I had to be center of attention. So I'm actually, what's funny is I'm a huge, huge introvert. I'm really not that outgoing. But my friend and I had matching bingo shirts on, and definitely we stood out in the crowd, which was all good. And so we had a really good time. We had a really great um, drag queen that did. We didn't win a thing, but we had a few drinks, had some laughs, and had a good time. It was really a nice way to kind of start the weekend. So definitely couldn't do it every Friday night because I tell you what, when you get up at 4:30 to go to work, I don't see how people do it and go out and do. Yeah, it's like, oh, are you kidding? I've been up since 4:30, dude. I'm exhausted, but people seem to still do it, and that's great. But anyways, had a really good time. That worked out really well. Um, this week, I am hoping for a calm week at work because there has not been one of those for a while. We only have to work the 3 days. I am working all 3 days, but I do work remote on Wednesday, which will help. And then I've got to shut down Shady Pines for the winter. It's probably going to be cold up there, which is going to make me sad. Because I can tell you, it just feels like such a retreat to me when I get up there, and I'm going to miss knowing I'm not going to be up there for a while. Look how big this is, guys. This is just 4 panels across. Let me figure out how to get it on the screen. So this is my quilt of valor that I did on Veterans Day. So once I get the rows sewed together, I'll just need to come back and do the get the last 4 strips put together. It is the Farmhouse Blues pattern, but it's like I just can't seem to get any particular project done. It seems like I just go from project to project. The other thing I brought to work on tonight is this purple quilt that I've been working on for months. But I thought, you know what? They get done when they get done. That's I'm not putting pressure on myself for quilting. I so enjoy the quilting. I think that's why I like the park home so much, is I feel like I've really escaped the city and all the pressures it brings. And so I really try to make that my chill place, and that just works. Oh, Callie, enjoy dinner. Thanks for stopping in. Sally says she set her alarm. Sally, that means so much that you set your alarm just to be with us tonight. That's awesome. Sally says having fun is almost as good as winning. I agree. It really wasn't. And we had some really nice prizes, but you know what? I didn't really care about the prizes. That's not why I went. All right. This came unthreaded again. This is driving me nuts. Mr. Juki and I are going to have some words at some point if we can't figure out why it keeps doing this. Got too much to do besides sit here and rethread all the time. And now put my snips somewhere. I don't know where my snips are. Wait a minute. I'll be right back. Hey, y'all. My snips across the room because I was trying to get the embroidery machine ready. So I have things ready to go in the embroidery machine, and then went through and did all the threading of the needles and got it all set up. And then I was like, it's too late tonight to get that started. I don't want to sit here and just babysit that. And it's too loud to be able to run during the lives. So maybe over Thanksgiving, I'll get those panels stitched out. It's the train panel that I was hoping to do. But I have a feeling, even if I just get them stitched, I probably won't get them cut and sewn this year, but it'll be a cool pattern for next year, Christmas. So, because I really do like that panel, the way it turned out. Yeah, so it's funny. I bought an air fryer, brought it home, gave it to my late partner. He passed a couple of weeks later. I have no idea what he did with it. Looked everywhere I could think of. Oh, Dale, sorry about that. Yeah, I only got hooked on it just because my daughter loves it. She's like, Dad, we air fry sometimes 3 times a day on the weekend. Like we'll put something in it for breakfast, then again for lunch, then again for like, okay, maybe a little much. But I did find these new chicken nuggets called Bear All or something, and they're not heavily breaded at Sam's, and they're amazing. And they taste like that religious place that I don't like to buy chicken from. And they taste really close to their chicken nuggets. So I actually just bought 3 bags of those at Sam's. So now I have something else to go in the air fryer. I know it says it's going to be beautiful. Thank you. I'm excited. I can't wait to get this done and get this down to the veterans home as a donation. Ingrid, thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for joining us. I am just rattling on, just like always. Hey, Katrina, I'm working on the Enchanted Christmas box. Finally finished the 2 mazed throws. Look at you. You go, girl. So when you say you finished the throws, did you get them? You got them fully done? So, because I tend to get a lot of quilt tops done, and then poor Gracie in there still needs to stay busy. Katrina says, I've been sitting here just listening. I understand that. That was the thing with Russ today. I watched Russ's live, uh, but I didn't run over to the other computer because I was doing it on the TV. So I'd have to run to the computer to leave a comment. Then I watched Ian today. I didn't watch his live, but I watched him his monthly update or whatever, talk about his move to Virginia and that, and I laughed because I lived in Virginia for like 15 years, so it's interesting hearing his perspective. And of course, he's up there in the more northern Virginia area, um, so it's a whole different experience. Brian says, I have the dual air fryer that can cook 2 different things at 2 different times. Yes, that's the one I have. I have the Ninja dual, and it really works out nice. I can put nuggets on one side and fries in the other, or vice versa. I've actually grilled chicken in it that came out pretty well. Oh, look, Trina says she finished binding this afternoon. That's what I hate, and I think I dislike binding just because I don't get enough work in that. And that's one of the things my daughter asked me for Christmas that she's not getting is placemats. It's the only thing she asked for. She's like, I'd really like to have, a nice collection of placemats. Anyways, I would like to work on some placemats for her, and I found a couple of patterns that I really want to do. But I thought, that's what I really need to do is do some placemats and that to help me get more binding in, so I can um, get more practice. Sorry, I have just been really thirsty all day today, and it would probably help if I was drinking water instead of a cola, but I have to have my Coke. I'm a Southern boy at heart. And Southern boys have to have our Coca Cola. Love my Diet Coke. Or actually, I like Coke Zero. I am so, ever since they came out with Coke Zero, I am so hooked on it. And worse is, I love my cherry Coke Zero. I have to have cherry Coke. I actually bought Sprite the other day, although I will say I was always more of a fan of 7 Up, even though I'm not a Pepsi person. I always liked 7 Up better, but now I'm learning to like Sprite since 7 Up left the market. I think they're back, but I don't have time for, are you are you in the market this week or not in the market this week? So I just ignore that. So I need to get. I bought some stuff today. I did get my invitations out for my holiday open house, so that is coming up in a couple of weeks. got my holiday open house coming up. I invited neighbors, some of my quilting friends, just a whole hodgepodge of people this year. Because of my birthday, because Christmas coming so rapid and fast on us this year, I will not get to do my cookie exchange and everything else that I normally would do, but it's okay. Um, and I noticed not anybody else is like stepping up, or if they are, they're not inviting me, and that's fine too. Just kind of interesting when you go through different situations how uh, people make choices. And I'm okay with that. I made my own choice, so I can do what I want to do. Yeah, this is going to be really pretty, I think, when I get it all done and trimmed up. So there is the second row. Look at Katie. She's been a chatty thing tonight. You see where she's at. Oh my goodness. Hey, Katie, thanks for being here this afternoon. Jean says, I have the double drawer Ninja too. We use it about twice a week and love it. Yeah, it's just, it's funny. The other day I looked and I have all these Ninja products. I have like a Ninja air fryer. I have a Ninja um, crock pot. I have a Ninja ice cream maker. I was like, when did Ninja become the thing? I'm really not brand loyal necessarily, but I end up with a lot of Ninja stuff. It just kind of looks crazy. Oh, Katrina says when you do your binding, you ought to try glue basting. It made my afternoon so much easier. I may try that, especially if I'm doing it with placemats. It may give me an opportunity to kind of practice that technique and not try to drag so much fabric around in that as I'm trying to learn that. But somebody else had suggested to me about glue basting before, so I may try that to see how that works for me. Alexandria says, "I love how you describe that place." Thank you. Oh, Brian says, "I like the Soda Stream." I've looked at those. Um, I'll have to see. I wouldn't mind having a Soda Stream, but I have to. The problem is, but I really like. I am brand loyal when it comes to Coke. I want Coke. I don't want anything else. Even though I'll drink a Diet Right, I don't mind a Diet Right, and it can stand on its own. But it's just kind of crazy. Inez says she didn't get an invite. Oh, but you know what? Anyone that's coming to QuiltCon, we are definitely all getting together to have a glass of wine in that. So if you're going to be in the Phoenix area, we need to figure that out. And if you live out in this area, you just never know. I may show up at the Quilt Club with some treats or something. Candace says, "Hi, Katie." Sally says, "I have a Ninja food grill and I love it." Yeah, I have to say, it's just a Ninja, although I know they're a higher quality and a higher caliber, but it's nice that I'm with people that are my age and can remember things because I remember the Ronco products, right? Remember when in the 80s you had Ronco and Ronco did this and Ronco did that. Of course, I think they did the Flow Bee to cut your hair too, but everything was like Ronco back in the day. And I kind of feel like Ninja's taken that over to a higher caliber, but still, seems like Ninja name is on everything nowadays. It's just crazy. Oh, Alexandria says, I want their new coffee pot, but it's like $400. Yeah, that ain't happening. I can tell you, I'm not doing that. Oh, Ines is she's up in Newfoundland, Canada. See, you wouldn't even enjoy it down here because, like today, let's see where we were at today. I think we were at, and I don't do Celsius. Sorry. Let's see where we got to today. We got to 74 today. Um, so it was cold this morning. This morning was like 56. I actually had to turn the heat on before I could get out of the bed. But I do. I am a big baby when it comes to cold. Canada's got some beautiful areas though, and you can't beat going to Canada in the summer, right? I mean, I don't even think you all have humidity. Did you all make us keep that in the US? I have never been to Canada when it's been humid. You all have the most gorgeous summers up there. I am definitely getting this table runner done tonight, guys. Oh, Belinda says she'll be at QuiltCon on Friday. I will too. I'm actually leaving work Thursday afternoon. I decided to spoil myself yet again. You all know I like to spoil myself. So I made room reservations almost a year ago at the Hyatt because I want to be able to walk over, enjoy myself, not worry about traffic. So I will be there all day on Friday, and then I have a special friend coming in to be with me on Saturday. So, balloonists, we should at least have a cup of coffee together before you head back to Tucson, unless you're spending the night Friday night. See what else? Alexandra says it does everything, and I drink coffee all day. I really would like to have a. I love my caramel macchiatos and that, but I am not paying Starbucks prices anymore. I had no idea it's been so long since I've been there how ridiculously their stuff is priced. I've always wanted to have my own little system for the house, but I'm not paying $400 for that either. So we'll see. Russ says, "Go, John, and chat. Hope we're having an awesome day, David. And I just finished dinner." Hey, that's awesome. Thanks for dropping in. We were talking about your amazing block of the month that you did yesterday, Russ. I love that pattern. Love those colors. And of course, Russ does an amazing job. So it's always fun to see what creations he's got going. So look, I've only got one more row, so I am going to get these done. I won't get them. I want to trim them up a little bit, I think, before I put it on, before I sew the rows together. But I'm actually going to get these done tonight. So that will be nice and give me a head start. Yeah, I was trying to pack, like I said, get the gifts and all that ready and what I want to take to the park home and make sure I've got the right projects and enough to keep me busy while I'm up there. We'll see how all of this goes this week. Alexandria says, set it and forget it. Amen. Come on. Sorry, my chat's not scrolling. There it goes. Dale said, did Russ buy fabric or did David buy fabric yesterday at So Yeah? I watched their live last week and that new fabric collection they come out. They're definitely wanting to give Tula a run for her money. I was impressed. Becky says, post pictures of your decorations. I'm not putting up my tree this year. I just don't have the space. My quilting has taken over my living room and kitchen. Girlfriend, I so get you. It's taken over two of my bedrooms and the utility room. So that, but I will get some pictures posted. I hope to finish next weekend, and then I will absolutely post some things. It may do a short video and just kind of do a quick little tour. KT Craft says she just got home from the quilt shop. What a fun day. Bought 1 yard and 4 fat quarters. Such self-restraint. Girlfriend, if you only bought 1 yard and 4 fat quarters, that is good restraint. Lord have mercy. I wish I could walk out that way. Of course, it doesn't help that my quilt club or my quilt shop helps me. Oh, we think you missed this. Oh, did you see the sales bin? Oh, we set this aside because we knew when you came in you'd want this. I don't need help. Jackie says she thought about Quilt Con, but just will not have the time. Maybe next time it's in Phoenix. Yeah, I would. I'd like to go to Raleigh in 2026, but I already go to the East Coast twice every year. I go to Virginia to see my daughter for Easter, and then I go with my daughter's family and take the grandkids to the beach every year in June. And those two trips cost me a fortune. One is such a short trip, anyways, and then the other, but it's the only I get to see the kids twice a year. It's all I get to see them, and then to add QuiltCon on top of it, it's too much. It's the time, the money, and all of that. Daphne says Great Falls, Windsor. How about you, Inez? Great Falls, Windsor. I know where that is. Grand Falls, Windsor. I even have my glasses on. Look at me. Luna says Quilt for a Cause is doing a bus trip that will drop us off at the door, so I've decided not to deal. I don't blame you. That's amazing. If you can get that type of setup, I absolutely would do that. I had thought about coming to Tucson for the quilt show, just because I wanted to see what that was like. I have not been, and I haven't got to spend any time down there. Ended up not doing it because there was just too much other stuff going on. The bad thing about their quilt show being in November, it's such a busy month anyways, and it was the weekend I got home from the cruise, or the weekend after. Must have been the weekend after I got home from the cruise, and it was like, yeah, I can't do all that. Brian says you can always quilt a big tree and hang it on the wall. I've got friends, because I live in a retirement community. They don't want to put trees up in that, so they've quilted some type of wall hanging, and that's what they use for their Christmas tree. And you know what? We're quilters, and that just kind of makes sense for us. Zaza is in the house. Hi, sorry I'm late. I didn't get a notification. Hi, everyone. Huh? I don't know why you should have, but I won't. I won't say why. I have no idea. I am so technology challenged anymore. Ina says she's in Kelly Cruz outside of St. John's. Um, Hi Zaza, hi Zaza, Brian, Jackie, Dale, hello. Come on, guys, where are we at? Zaza said, great idea, hanging a Christmas quilt. Yep. Oh, Valuna says it's in January. Oh, that's even worse, right? With Road to California and then QuiltCon right here. I don't know. And I have yet to be to what they used to call the Rusty Barn, which is here in January. And I doubt I'll bother going this year since we're going to QuiltCon in February. Bill says, Russ, tell him he has good taste. Look at you. All right, guys, we're almost 50 minutes in, and I only have two more rows. Oh, goodness. We got to get going because I got to make sure I get this done. I have 10 minutes to finish at least all the rows tonight. So we definitely want to get that done. All right, let's see if we can make this happen. How cool would that be? All right. I am excited. This is actually my first patriotic quilt. So I am kind of excited to get that done. I am very sorry I lost my father a few years ago. My dad was in the Navy back in the day, back during World War II. I think actually just after. And I would have loved to have been able to make him a veterans quilt. He was such a great guy, such a good dad. Um, those things happen. See. Oh, and guys, I'm thinking about, I definitely want to do I want to keep the tradition. I will not be doing a holiday quilting bee for New Year's Eve because I'm going to be with Rob Appel down at Stitch in Heaven. So, and there's others that are doing New Year's Eve. So I'm not going to interfere with that anyways. But I've been toying with the idea, do we want to do, I definitely am doing a Christmas Day. I am probably going to do it an hour earlier. So that one, when I get it ready to go and announce, will probably be 7 to 10 versus 8 to 11, like I normally do, just because I do have um, Christmas morning that I want to open gifts and that with a friend. And but I also want to be able to have our time together. And I'm thinking about doing one for Christmas Eve. So just curious if you all will be would want to do 2 days in a row like that. If you don't, that's great. If you do, definitely considering that. So feel free to drop something in the chat that says 1 day is plenty, 2 days would be great, or I just don't care. Do whatever you want to do, John. Um, but I would appreciate some feedback because it does take a little work and planning to make sure that we have projects that we can work on, making sure that we can have chat, making sure that I can handle 3 hours of running my mouth, which apparently doesn't seem to be a problem. But still just trying to figure out the logistics around that. I will be off those days, so that just makes sense to me. Right. Oh, Balloona says it's normally in February, but it was changed to um, January because of QuiltCon. I want to get down to Tucson and that. I want to spend some time down there. One of the guys that worked for me went to University of Arizona. He's told me so much, and it's like, well, you got to go check this out, and you got to see that. And it's like, it's just it's another part of the state. I mean, I I still want to learn more about the state that I live in. We're so fortunate to have some of the things available to us that we do, and yet it just seems like it's just one more thing that gets on the list. Our list gets pretty long at the end of the day. So I want to see if I can't make some of that happen. She said it's the 10th. Beluna says it's the 10th and 12th. I will check my calendar and see what I am doing and where I'm going to be. Becky says, I'm out of wall space too, Brian. I live alone in a 3-bedroom house, so figure, right? I get that because I tell you what, every place I have decided to put a design wall up for John so I don't have to lay stuff on my king size bed or do a, it's all taken. I'm like, how in the world is it that I have no wall space? And now part of it is home decor and part of that's kind of stuff that I like, but still, I mean, and I have a lot of windows in this house, which is one of the reasons I bought the house. But Charlotte says a gal in my quilt group did a Christmas tree panel wall hanging and did tiny buttonholes on it and put the tiny battery operated lights in each buttonhole so the tree lights up. It's beautiful. I bet that is. I bet that was a lot of work, but I bet that is really beautiful. Zaza says, Becky, the more space you have, the more space you feel. That is so true. No truer words have been said. Bill says, the more the merrier. Thank you, sir. Luna says, I don't have plans either day. Awesome. Zaza says, that sounds beautiful. Becky says, I have plenty of stuff to decorate with. Is what's so bad? Charlotte, I bet that's beautiful. Katrina says, I have no idea what has been planned for me during the day. Would probably work on either day. And Jackie says, Tucson is beautiful. When my son and daughter played hockey, we spent at least one weekend month down there. Hey, Charlotte, enjoy your dinner. That is what I will be doing right after this live. So dinner for me tonight is I bought diced chicken, and I am grilling up the diced chicken in a skillet. And I noticed that Panda now has jarred their orange sauce. So I bought that to put on my diced chicken. And then I have been buying the little individual servings of uh, minute rice, the brown rice from Minute Rice, and that goes in the microwave for like a minute. So that is my plans for dinner tonight. I probably should have thrown a little broccoli or something in there so I had something green, but oh well. Having Chinese for dinner. It's what I wanted. Brian says, or if all space is used, just do a binding and hang it on the trim. Right? There you go. Oh, Jackie. See, Jackie's being a bad influence. She says, have you seen the hinged wall hangings from Designs by Juju? I have not, although I did just buy a new Frosty, a new snowman design by Juju last night because it was on sale for like $7 and it is a wall hanging. And so I did just grab that last night because it popped up in my Facebook feed. And I was like, you haven't even got the train one done that you bought from someone else. And now you're back here buying an whatever. Guys, life's too short. I'm going to get what I want when I want. Let's see. I didn't trim for some reason. All right, let's see what's going on. But I did get all my rows sewed tonight. So that is a good thing. So now all I have to do is trim these and square them up. So then I can put those together. And then you know what happens? I sew the rows together. They look all cute. And I go, oh, look what I got done. And then I take it in and put it in on the other long arm. So the other long arm now becomes the holding for Gracie, the other long arm. So it all gets done eventually, and that's what matters. But I'm really excited to have my first veterans quilt done, or almost done. And then the pattern that I bought, the kit I bought to do at Rob's Stitch in Heaven, is patriotic. I will be on Rob's team. I bought my shirt that says Team Rob. Got an email from Stitch in Heaven saying that all 40 slots are filled for New Year's Eve, and that if I'm not coming, to please let them know because they do have a wait list going on. So how crazy is that? So there are going to be quite a few of us down there for the retreat. So hopefully maybe all of us can get a retreat going sometimes. Wouldn't that be fun? Becky says, I made a sweatshirt and put lights in it a few years ago when I was working. Oh, I bet that was cute. I need to learn to do some more things like that. Adam Sews did the Tula Pink sweatshirt and that. I fell in love with that. I would have loved to have that. I have yet to buy the minky fabric because I'm not an apparel sewer, but I have a friend that's done a lot of apparel, and so I may be able to convince her. If she doesn't make it for me, I would pay her to make it. That she might come over and spend the day if I feed her, and that she would help me make it. So we'll see. I just need to work on her just a little bit. Jackie says, that one that is hinged with buttons. I like that. They are easy to store. Becky says, Brian, I could hang the binding off my ceiling and let it twirl around. See, that would add some stuff to the house, right? I have an announcement from Alexa that goes off every Sunday at this time. I have to make sure I get that one changed over. Sally says, retreat at Shady Pines. Never know. We do have a big clubhouse. It would be fun. I would love for us to figure out a time to get together in that. I'm so excited to meet some folks down at the Stitch in Heaven retreat. It's really my first retreat, right? Because our quilt club, we do have what they call a camp 2 days every month in that. And so, I know the women in that. I've been to the camp in that, but this will actually be my first time going on a retreat. I do feel a little bit better because Rob will be there, some of those folks. So, as a guy, I still get nervous sometimes going into quilt shops and that because some folks still look at me strange and want to help me with my wife and blah blah blah. And it's just it's still an interesting society at times, and but I think we're breaking down a lot of barriers, and I think people are more accepting that guys craft too, right? So it's just not women play sports. It's just kind of interesting. So and I probably play that more in my head than I do other places. It's funny because even my quilt club always refers to us girls, and the girls do this and the girls do that, and I'm sitting in the room. I'm like, you even see me sitting here, and you still say that, and it's fine. I understand that I'm in a female-dominated craft, and that's all fun. It is what it is, but it does just make me laugh at times. Zaza says, I have the Tula Pink Minky and it's gorgeous. Yeah, see, I am so jealous when he made that sweatshirt and that he ended up making sweatpants and everything. I think that man is just crazy between doing the apparel stuff that he does and um, all the bags and totes and that. I mean, his talent is unbelievable. And I was watching his channel one day and he's talking about making blue jeans. And I'm like, who makes blue jeans? But, anyways, he is kind of cool. Sally says, Rob is great. He did a trunk show, trunk and sew day for our little guild a while back. I bet that was awesome. Katie says, Bob went with me to the quilt shop and picked fabric for his table runner. The ladies would probably be surprised that he has more sewing machines than most of them, right? And that's what it's funny. When I went to Myrtle Beach this year, the women were very, you could tell, being in South Carolina, y'all down there is a much different world, and it's all good. But it was funny because they kept asking me, like, did I need help in that? And I'm like, no, I actually quilt. I actually have a YouTube channel. And then they were like, so do you have a sewing machine? Like, oh, girlfriend, I have multiple machines. So how do you want to talk? I can talk any language you want. I have two long arms. I have a serger. I have a 10 needle embroidery machine. Then all of a sudden they were very helpful in showing me all kinds of stuff in the shop. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I did end up spending a lot of money there. And they did turn out to be a really nice group and sweet ladies. And I definitely want to go back there. So it's just crazy. Zaza says, I don't understand why people find it strange that men sew. Males were tailors for years and years. The same about men who enjoy cooking, but in most professional kitchen, it's the male chefs. I know. That's what I think I find so funny is just how, you know, we had the Indian group from northern Arizona come down, and they were talking about in the tribe back in the day, they considered quilting, sewing a very male skilled trade, and that women only did the cooking and the harvesting and things like that. And I thought, it's funny how things just have ebbed and flowed, and um, yeah, we've introduced so many silly biases into stuff. Becky says Adam is so young to be talented in the sewing arts. He is amazing, and of course he's got that huge English accent, so you can't help but to listen to him. And sometimes I will admit, between his English and my Southern, every now and then I've got to scroll it back a little bit to make sure that I catch what he's saying. So I don't know. It's just crazy. All right, guys. Well, we are at the top of the hour. I am actually past the top of the hour, and I am sorry about that. I did run over. I actually thought I'd be short tonight, but instead went the other direction. Love Bryant. See, Bryant just rocks it. Label should be on clothing, not on people. Amen. Guys, thanks for being here. As always, always enjoy being with you all. My YouTube family rocks. I will see you on Thursday. Stephanie will be there. Russ will be there. And we are having a holiday quilting bee. Join for whatever time you can, but definitely be there. So until next time, happy crafting.